Good morning and Nefabaka to the ones that know. This is Brother Mo coming to you this morning to show you how Samsara app works. If your company has this app or this technology, this software program, this is how you would actually work it. Okay, so if you needed additional training or something like that, this is how it goes. So I just got to my truck. As you can see, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I do not have to get on the road until 7 a.m. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight up to the app and we're going to look at Samsara driver, third row, third column. All right, it's the navy blue with the owl. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click on that. We're going to wait for it to load up. Sometimes it acts a little bit slower than others sometimes on the day. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we see it says vehicles. That's the first thing we have to do is assign ourselves to the vehicle. Okay, so we're going to select vehicle, which is updated in blue. All right, and then I'm going to select my tractor number, which is 300-477, which is the first one enlisted. I'm going to click on that, and then we're going to confirm. Sometimes you may have to double check because it may have an additional tractor with a similar number, or sometimes it'll say A and B. When it said A and B, it would not allow me to actually install, so I had to literally log out and log back in. So if that's a problem that you're running into, that is the solution for that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and confirm right here, and then we're going to hit done. All right, so this is what should happen every day. You should always review your unassigned driving segments, especially if you're not a solo driver. If you are slip seating, this is something you should do every day. Okay, and there are some very key reasons on why it is you should review unassigned driving time. Okay, because if you forget to leave out of the truck, which is unassign yourself from it, and the truck moves, and you just so happen to realize that you forgot to do it while your co-driver is driving, you go off duty, this is where this is going to come in handy. So you're going to go ahead and click on review unassigned driving segments right here in the blue, and as you see, on Tuesday at 2:22 a.m. and 3:16 a.m. for 54 minutes, and then 5:17 a.m. and 5:19 a.m. that's 1 minute. Okay, so neither one of these are me. As you can see in my clock in the left hand side at the very top, it says 5:05. Neither one is me. Okay, so I'm going to click on both of them, and then I'm going to say not mine. Okay, if it is you, you just go ahead and claim it, but neither one of those times are not mine. So I don't want my logs to be affected by it. I don't need to be running in violation or anything like that. So it's basically going to ask you to basically confirm that. So you're just going to say okay to that, and then you're going to hit done. Then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take a look at the top, and it says off duty. We need to get that on duty. Under that, it says vehicle. Make sure that that vehicle is yours, because if you just so happen to mistakenly press the wrong one, double check it that way. Go back and make the edits. If you need to go back and make that edits, just click on vehicle, and it'll take you right back to that screen. If it's the correct one, just go ahead and click on done. So what I'm going to do now is go into the blue app, or the blue icon, which HOS is abbreviated for hours of service. The green one is DVIR, which is driver vehicle inspection report, which we will go into that in just a few moments. Routes we do not utilize at this company. In the purple, it says docs, which is documents. In the orange, vehicle, I will show you some things in the vehicle. And in the gray, I do not do driving team, so I will not have too much knowledge on how that works, but I'm pretty sure I can walk you through the process, and it will be very, very simple, because your logs are simply your logs. So we're going to go to do our pre-trip. So the first thing we're going to do is put ourselves on duty. So we're going to go to HOS, which is located in blue, hours of service. We're going to tap on that, and then you will see the rectangle box that says off in gray with the little square, and then off duty for 13 hours and 24 minutes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on that, which I'll explain everything under that once we go back on duty. So we're going to click on that box, and then we're going to go to the orange box that says on duty. All right. SB is sleeper berth, which of course it says right up under it. It's just abbreviated. Green is driving. PC is personal convenience. That's just in case you have to be off the clock and you may be close by your home and you have to drive and utilize the vehicle. You may have to drop your trailer somewhere so that it's not considered as drive time. The YM is yard move. That's so that you won't affect your actual drive time. Say like if you're in the yard at a location, you're basically on duty but you're not driving, you click on that and you just type in remarks yard move, and that will not affect your drive time. But you have to remember to take yourself out of that once you get on the road, or before it is you get on the road, so that your drive time will be affected, because you don't want to have to go back and make so many edits. So we're going to go to on duty. We're going to click on that, and then we're going to make a remark. Okay, the remark, I am going to be starting up and doing my pre-trip. So we're going to go to pre-trip, which of course is the second thing that's enlisted. There's a whole list of things that you can just poke around with, and you can get the hang of it that way. So we're just going to go ahead and do pre-trip, and then we're going to hit save. In the location, do not mess with your location unless it is incorrect. But for the most part, it is using a live GPS signal from the satellite, so it's going to basically do all of that filling in the blank for you, so that you don't have to go back in and manually do so many things. Okay, so you're going to hit save. At this point, we're getting ready to do our actual pre-trip inspection. The circles, let me explain the circles real fast to you. You have until, break, drive, shift, and cycle. Until break, you're not going to really pay too much close attention to that. Of course, you got 8 hours before your first 8 hours are completely up. You need to go off duty and either do rest break or meal break, and that has to be for 30 minutes. That is federal law. Okay, the drive clock, you got 11 hours of drive time. We know this. For your shift, you got 14 hours each shift. Only 11 of those 14 hours you can drive on. The rest of the 3 remaining hours you can do on duty. Okay, so the cycle is my clock for the remainder of the week. So if DOT pulls me over, out of 70 hours, I have 49.14. I got 49 hours and 14 minutes that I can actually work before this. I'm in violation after the 70 hours, and I have to go for a 34-hour reset. Okay, so what we're going to do at this in particular time, we're going to go back to actually show you how to take a photo on our pre-trip. Okay, so we're going to hit the blue arrow at the top of the screen where it says hours of service. We're going to go to the very top. Okay, and as you can see, on the on duty where we're doing our pre-trip, we are already 1 minute in. So we're going to go ahead and do our pre-trip and conduct that. All right, so we're going to tap that blue arrow. We're going to go to vehicle first. Okay, all right, so as of right now, we are located in our actual truck, 300-477. It's going to ask you for shipping IDs. We don't have any shipping IDs for this in particular job. All right, technically there's supposed to be a trailer that is assigned. Okay, technically it's supposed to be a whole nother category, but if you find yourself like this, where it does not give you that option, I will show you how to attach one. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and hit done. Now yesterday my manager called me about the trailer side skirt on this in particular trailer that I have. So what I'm going to do, because it was damaged it was damaged in Charlotte, North Carolina. So she asked me if I knew anything about it. When was the last time I seen that damage? I told her when I noticed it, and I did take a picture of it, but she didn't know I took a picture of it. So we're going to go to the green icon DVIR, which is driver vehicle inspection report. So we're going to hit the green one, and we're going to always create one. If you do see one that says where it's green and says safe, it'll be red and say unsafe, and it'll give you a timestamp of the day and the actual time, and you would actually go back and check that out. If there are repairs to it, it will actually to make it safe or unsafe. Okay, so we're going to go down to the bottom where it says create DVIR in the blue. We're going to click on that, and we're going to say vehicle plus the trailer. Okay, So it's going to ask me for basic information. As you see, it's already filled in certain stuff. So we're going to go down to the license plate. I'm going to go to the rear of the trailer and look at that. As of right now, it is an Indiana tag, and I'm going to put that number in P970145. We're going to scroll up to see if any information needs to be. Okay, what we're going to do right here, we're going to click on pre-trip, which is located to the left, and you have to have that box checked off. All right, so under that where it says take walk around photos, okay, so I'm going to go where that damage, where I'm going to go immediately to that damage, and I'm going to take a photo of it. Okay, so it is on the passenger side of the trailer, so we're going to go click on passenger, right, and we're going to go straight to take photo. And as you can see, I'm already at it. We're going to click snap the photo, and it is very new. We're going to go ahead and accept that. And folks, you can do this how many ever times you need to after you do your whole walk around the actual truck. So I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to pause real quick. I just wanted to go ahead and take that before it is I go ahead and send it to my my boss. So I'm going to do an actual pre-trip first, and then we're going to resume where it is I left off. All right, and we're going to resume here. The next thing is going to say, do you want to add new vehicle defects, which I don't have any new trailer defects, I still don't have any. All right, and it's going to ask you if it's safe to drive or unsafe to drive. If I have like a busted tire, or tires off the rim, or my airlines or leaking or something like that, anything that you deem unfit to go ahead and drive safely, then you would go ahead and choose unsafe. But as of right now, I'm going to choose safe to drive. Okay, so then there's nothing else that I need to do on this screen, so I'm going to go ahead and click on next, and then it's going to ask you to certify and submit. Okay, and it says safe DBIR for Baltimore T1. I certify that the vehicle Baltimore T1 is safe to drive. So we're going to go ahead and click on the blue safe, certify and submit. And then a lot of people get confused here and go back into create another DBIR just because it's an option at the blue. You know, some people do not read. You do not go back into create another DBIR. What you're going to do is click on the blue arrow at the top of the screen to go back. So as of right now, I did my pre-trip in 11 minutes. Okay, so I still have 4 minutes. Now that was just the outside. Okay, so what I want to do to clear that time up, because it needs to be 15 minutes, what I'm going to do is go ahead and set myself up for the in cab. All right, you can do an air brake test, or you can do you can do a tug test, or you know, you can do a brake check. You can do all type of stuff. You know, you can check your you can do a full cab inspection. I've already done mine, and unfortunately you were unable to see that, but I've already done it. You don't have to take my word for it. You can, but at the same time, you don't have a choice. All right, so we're going to wait the additional 3 minutes before it is we move on to drive at this point, because I'm fully set up to drive, but we got to do things the correct way, which DOT will be looking for the actual 15 minutes of pre-trip when you start your time for the day. I will go into hours of service just to show you what it looks like on the logs, and then I will make another video to show you how to do edits. Okay, but this one is strictly how to show you how to start off your day. All right, so we're going to go to the blue icon, which is hours of service again, and then we're going to scroll up. All right, we're gonna scroll up, and then you're gonna see that bar right there at the top where it says log or roadside. Okay, and it's asking me to certify some stuff. Don't worry about that stuff, because a lot of that stuff is my co-driver. He might not be doing the stuff on his end for that stuff to be uncertified, because I do mine every single day. All right, so for your log, you're gonna go right into that, and at the very top of the screen you will see exactly what it looks like, how it's supposed to look if you were doing a paper log. Okay, all the hours are supposed to go right into 24 hours, so that's where you see the time at the very top right hand side where it says where my hours are accounted for. Everything is time stamped. You got 5 hours and 8 minutes of off duty for the day. It's got to come up to 24 hours. If I just so happen to go on the sleep of earth, you will see that time get affected by it. Okay. Drive time, we haven't drove yet. We haven't driven yet, but we would check that out whenever we come to our first stop. All right. So as you can see, I went on duty at that time. It was a little after 5 a.m. where I started my pre-trip. I believe it was 5:05, something around that area. And you see where the bar drops on the graph and goes straight to on duty, and then that time starts ticking away for that. So that's how DOT will be able to tell what that looks like. If they want to go into further detail and see the exact time, that's what the time stamps and the location and all that stuff for is down below. Okay, you see the logs where I'm going to scroll up, where you see that orange box. That's the exact time where I actually went on duty. It was 5:08 a.m. and then at the very bottom it says on the right hand side that I did this on duty. I was in Dundalk, Maryland. I was in this truck, so they will look at the truck number outside and they will see that I was doing a pre-trip inspection. And as you can see, as of right now, to the left hand side of the box where it says 5:08 a.m., how much time did I do my pre-trip for? It says the 15 in. That is indicating that I did a 15-minute pre-trip, so I am okay to drive at this in particular time. All right, so that's what that looks like. If you need to make edits, I will show you how to make edits in a whole different video. Okay, so you can just tamper around with it, just pull it up, you know, etc., etc. Just play around with it. You try to poke around and see what's going. If I want to put the trailer number in, let's go in for the trailer. My trailer number is actually 38815, and then we're gonna hit save. Now it goes and put that trailer number in. Okay, if you have letters before your trailer, mine's don't. If you have letters, make sure you put the letters in all caps. Okay, and then we're gonna certify, and then we're gonna save that. Do you agree? That's what it's asking. I hereby certify that my data entries and my record of off-duty status for these periods are true and correct. Will you agree? Submit it, and then not ready to cancel. This will finalize your log for those days and cannot be undone. Unfortunately, it cannot be undone if you are on drive time. Okay, drive time cannot be edited. I again say, drive time cannot be edited. Your off time can be edited. Your on duty can be edited. Your sleeper berth can be edited. You cannot edit your drive time, which is in the green. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and agree to submit, and that's that. Okay, so we're gonna go right on back up to the top of the screen to the blue arrow to the left. It brings you back to this screen. Okay, so as you can see, I'm still on duty because I have not started driving. One thing about these apps is once you start driving, once the cell phone detects motion, or your tablet detects motion at 6 miles per hour, it will automatically put you in drive mode. Okay, and that's why you cannot edit it, because I just plugged my charger up, I'm sorry. But that's why it cannot be edited, okay? Because you cannot lie about driving the vehicle, because you will be going at 6 miles per hour. So I'm not going to physically go into it, although you can do it yourself
you can go right onto the box and just go click on drive right there, and then you hit save. But as of right now, I'm going to show you how it picks up. I'm going to go ahead and click on my blue arrow again. I'm going to go ahead and push my air brake in, put myself in drive. I have an automatic, so you won't hear no grinding of the gears, anything like that. And then we're going to go and start driving. And I'm going to show you how it automatically flips you into driving where you cannot lie. I have not reached 6 miles per hour yet. I am at a truck stop, so I have to take things slow. But once I do, which I'm not purposely trying to hit it just yet, I'm just trying to be safe. As you can see, it flips automatically in drive. If you are off duty and you claim that you are taking a break, if you just so happen to start driving, it will put you back on duty. Again, it will not lie for you. This is how DOT will know what's going on. This is why we do not do paper logs anymore, and they want the ELD. Okay? It will not lie for you. And again, your time cannot be edited. So if you're taking your 30-minute break, you need to make sure that that clock strikes 30. Okay? In some cases, I know on the tablets, mine's used to do 31 minutes from time to time. But what will happen, I will show you in part 2 when I'm taking my break what that looks like. You cannot do 29 minutes and 59 seconds. You have to wait for that clock to clear itself. And the clock will actually go into violation if you don't take that half-hour break before your 8 hours are up. You will be in violation. Everything will go in red. You will not have any drive time. Okay? It will take that drive time away from you. So if you just so happen to get stopped, DOT sees that, they will shut you down and put you out of service. All right? So that's part 1 of how to utilize the Samsara. I am about to leave the truck stop and I'm about to get on the road. So we will pick this up at the first stop, and I will show you guys what to do from there.